What's going on, Fragrance family? This is Tyler, Simply Fragrances, and today I'm bringing you my review over The Tower from Shelter and Perfumes in collaboration with my bro, Chris Fox from the Fragtastic Mr. Fox. So really excited about this, guys. Let's go ahead and get into it. Guys, welcome back. So like I said, guys, I'm going to be doing my review over The Tower from Shelter and Perfumes in collaboration with Chris Fox from the Fragtastic Mr. Fox, aka my fragrance wife. We're really excited about this, guys. For those of you who know, me and Chris are pretty much like best friends. I text him literally every day, talk on the phone, all that 9 yards. Like I said, he is the frag wife. But I will give this, guys. I am going to give a honest review. I promise you that. That's what I do here. Really excited about this. So I don't have a bottle. This is the little 4 ml sample that was sent to me. He sent this out right away as soon as he was able to, but unfortunately I've been away for a while, so I do apologize about that. I think my last video was almost like a month ago, so do apologize, guys, but unfortunately YouTube does not pay the bills right now.
It's true.
And I got to be doing, what makes the money. So the business has been crazy. Band has been crazy, but really excited for this and, future videos. I got a lot of good stuff lined up, but let's go ahead and get into this, guys. So I'm going to start off with the notes, and I'm pulling my phone out because I do have them saved on my phone. This was from Chris himself. He sent this to me. So let's go ahead and start with the note breakdown. All right, guys. So the notes are going to be dark mandarin, spicy black pepper, black tea, iris, cool black spruce, frankincense, patchouli, smoky Virginia cedar, dry sandalwood, and vanilla. So a lot of good fragrance notes in here. And guys, these are all natural fragrance oils, so these are going to be really good stuff, guys, and it is 100% all natural. So really cool little detail on that. So guys, what do you get off of this fragrance? So I've sprayed my hands just to kind of familiarize myself with it, but I'll go ahead and give a spritz in the air. Actually, I'll do it with my hand, even though I've already got it on. Let's go ahead and I'll reapply. Boom. Nice little sample they got there. So I'll do the opening, and I apologize, kind of stuffy, got seasonal allergies, but luckily I can still smell. So I got the dry down on this hand, a new fresh spray on this hand. So guys, whenever you first spray this, man, this is good stuff, guys. Oh, this is so good. Okay, so when you first spray this, guys, this is definitely gonna, harken back to, some of the, older fragrances that you might think of, from like the 70s, 80s, even into the early 90s, those barbershop gentleman style, more along the chypre line of, fragrances, not quite a barbershop. There's no lavender in here. There's nothing that really kind of gives it, that shaving foam type of vibe, but just that masculine, quality to it. So opens up and you get that mandarin in there, but don't think of it as like a super citrusy or fruity style of citrus, guys. What the mandarin does with those other top notes, it allows it to have that chypre kind of a smell. So kind of that, not a sharpness, because this fragrance is very smooth, but just that almost kind of sharp citrus in the top that chypres are known for. And I'm really glad they went with orange versus lemon. Not that lemon's bad, but orange, I do feel like it plays better in a chypre. That's just my own personal opinion, but opens up, you get that kind of a barbershop-y chypre like smell. But then, at least off of my skin, guys, everyone gets different stuff. That sandalwood, even though it's kind of in the mid and dry down, it really does kind of come forth, and it kind of gives it this smooth, almost creamy facet to it. Don't think of like shaving foam style of cream, but just like this very silky smooth kind of a facet to it, and it's very beautiful, guys. Absolutely amazing. And then there is this kind of a spicy pepper, something that kind of tickles the nose a little bit, if you will, in a good way. It is very peppery. So I mean, obviously there's black pepper in there, but very peppery. And then off of my skin, I was able to pick up that spruce on there. Now, whenever I was talking to Chris the first day I got this, I did a FaceTime with him. I was really super excited, and I was able to pick out, I think, like 6 or 7 of the notes, by myself. So the notes really do come out on there, which is an awesome sign of the perfumery. But there is this green aspect to it. I said, dude, is there like pine or something in here? And he says, dude, yeah, you're picking up on that cedar, or the spruce. That spruce can kind of lend almost in that kind of green foresty pine kind of a vibe to it. And then as it dries down into the mid, this has been on for, I'd say, 20-30 minutes, so it's just a little bit past the mid, but it really does off of my skin. This is where it gets crazy, because since they're all natural fragrance oils, it's going to affect each person differently. It goes really kind of florally off of my skin. Now, there's no rose listed in the official note breakdowns, but there is a rose, I believe Rose Absolute in here. And what's crazy is there's a bit of a rose and jasmine in here, and I was able to pick those up, and he was kind of surprised because there's such a small amount used in here. But off of my skin, the florals really pop on my skin. I'm talking really pop. Whenever I first got this, I was able to point it out, and then the next day I wore it to work, and my business partner, when I got in the truck, he was like, oh dude, are you wearing Zaharoff Rose? And I was like, no. He was like, oh well, it smells like really masculine, kind of like a Zaharoff, but it has like a very floral rose kind of presence to it. And I was like, dude, that's amazing, because the rose really comes off my skin. So we had to talk about it. I even told Chris about it, just kind of giving him feedback. And so it might not do it with your skin, but on my skin it does kind of have this florally rosy kind of a mid into the dry down, and it's fantastic, guys. Absolutely brilliant. So, and then as you get into the full dry down, guys, about 35 to 40 minutes, that's at least when I started to notice it kind of just going into that dry down. You're going to get that, you're going to get the vanilla in there, but you also get that sandalwood really kind of stays throughout the life of the fragrance, and then that Virginia cedar really starts to sink in, guys, and then that patchouli kind of works its way in there, kind of give it more of an earthier tone. But guys, it's a very woody, warm kind of a dry down, and it is fantastic. Absolutely love it. Really, guys, this is, in my opinion, in the dry down, it's all about that Virginia cedar. It is so cedary and woodsy and just warm and in the best way possible, guys. Absolutely fantastic. Progression throughout the life of the fragrance. And what a better name, right? The Tower. So you're going to go through these different levels. At least off of my experience with the fragrance, that's how it wears on my skin. I get different levels and nuances, and it's phenomenal, guys. So let's go ahead and get into the projection and longevity. All right, guys, so getting into the longevity, the projection, guys, it's not going to be like a room filler by any means, but it will make its presence known. You're going to reach out, at least in my experience with the fragrance, for the first hour to hour and a half, about an arm's length, and it's not going to be super strong. It's not going to be punching people in the face, and you're going to be taking people out, but it's going to have this almost like wisp, almost like smoke in a room. It's not going to just completely choke everyone out, but you can smell it. It's like this thin layer of smoke, and it's absolutely it's crazy actually how that works. So people will be able to smell you about an arm's length, but then after that it does kind of set in a little bit closer to the skin. Not going to be completely a skin scent, but from my experience, I'm getting maybe a 2.5 to 3 inch kind of scent bubble around. If you're going for a hug, or you're sitting by someone, or they come and pass by you, they'll definitely get a waft of it. So the projection, very good to moderate in my opinion. And then the longevity, this stuff, it lasts and it lasts and it lasts off my skin, guys. This, I'm getting every bit of 10 to 12 hours, sometimes more, just depending on how many times that I spray and depending on the day. And we'll get into that here in just a second. But guys, on average, I'm getting anywhere from 10 to 12 hours, sometimes more. So, that's my experience with the fragrance, but I would be hard pressed to say that the average person probably would get something along the lines of 8 to 12 hours. I know that's kind of a broad spectrum of time, but that's just kind of my opinion on it. Now, this, if I had to put it in a category of a season, I would say the best time, at least in my opinion, would be spring and fall for this. Definitely into the winter as well, but it kind of commemorates that that spring-like nature with stuff coming back into life, and so you're getting a little bit of warmer weather, but still having those cool spring breezes does roll through, and then in the fall you're still having that warm kind of summer air, but you're starting to get those kind of a cooler, winter's just around the corner, kind of cooler nights and stuff. And so that would be my, I guess, preference if I had to categorize it. But I do think it can be an all year round type of fragrance. But if you live somewhere where it's super hot and super humid during the summer, it might be a bit thick, but you can just spray under your shirt, or just kind of dial back on the sprays, and I think you'll be good to go. So, all right, guys, so wanted to end the video with this. Guys, wanted to kind of go into the inspiration behind this, and I wanted to save this for last because in case I talk too long, I can, kind of edit it down a little bit easier. But kind of going into the backstory of this fragrance, guys, it's called the Tower, and the reason for this, guys, is just the journey that Chris has been on for the past couple years. Me and him met at a very pivotal season in both of our lives. He reached out to me whenever I was in the hospital with COVID. He was going through some personal struggles and just trials and that kind of thing, and we were able to kind of just have this like almost instant connection. And so we've talked literally every day since then. That's been almost 2 years ago. So I definitely know the struggles and just all these different trials that he's been through, from personal relationships to family matters to moving literally across country and going from one state to the next, new jobs, new struggles and everything, and just having a fragrance that he has made, one, but two, just knowing the backstory on everything, what this fragrance means to him. It's very special to me. And the inspiration behind this is just this tower that you go through different levels, and you have to just go through it. There was a quote on here I'll read. It says, inspired by the beauty that can come from scared destruction, solace, and silence. The only way out of heartbreak is through it. There are no shortcuts to change or healing. And so, like I had mentioned, going through his personal struggles and stuff like that, you really kind of have to face those things head on, and you got to climb this tower almost, and you go through the different levels, and finally when you get to the top, you can see clearly, and you're kind of grounded. And Chris has said multiple times that this fragrance, he hopes it grounds people. He hopes that they can find solidarity and just what they're going through, and just having that masculine presence about it, saying, hey, I went through this, I've done this, I've conquered this. This is just super special. And so wanted to congratulate him and Emily on this. Guys, this fragrance, it's super special to me, and so glad to have it in my collection. Highly recommend you guys get a sample of this, guys, or get a bottle even, guys. It is worth every penny, in my opinion, guys. This is one of my favorite fragrances in my collection, not only because of the smell, but just because of the story and the connection that I have to the man behind the inspiration on this. So guys, highly recommend this fragrance. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, sorry for being gone for so long, but I do have some cool stuff coming up in the near future, so stay tuned for that. But guys, be sure and comment down below if you smelled this fragrance. I want to know what your experience with this fragrance is, guys. Do you like it? Do you love it? For those of you who like more of those old school chypre style fragrances, has this intrigued you? I definitely think that you definitely need to try it if you are one of those type of people that you like more of a masculine style fragrance, guys. But anyways, let me know down in the comment section below what you thought of the video, guys. Leave a comment down there. I'm going to catch you in the comment section. I'm going to catch you on the next video. And remember, if you love it, wear it.